Please be seated. My thanks to the University Chamber Singers for that superb rendition of the national anthem, and for the long concert pre-commencement. We owe thanks to Dr. Dave Meisenhelter and the University Band, Dr. Gary Wright and the University Choir, and I'm told that many of you students stayed over after exams just to be with us today, and many came back from faraway places. Let's give thanks to all of these musicians, please. Good morning. I'm Joe Oxendine, Chancellor of UNC Pembroke, and it is my great honor to preside at these, the 1998 commencement exercises. It is good to be with you. We're assembled here today to honor and celebrate with the men and women who have completed their courses of study, leading to bachelor's and master's degrees, and will go forth from here to distinguish themselves in many fields and throughout this state and throughout this nation and throughout the world. We're very pleased to have you. What a glorious day it is. I appreciate all the prayers for fair weather, no stormy weather today, and God has smiled upon us. It is a day of joy, of celebration for the students. For the parents, it's a day of pride, a day of rejoicing, a day of relief, perhaps for some, a day of absolute astonishment that this thing is taking place. To begin our ceremonies today, I will ask Reverend Jerry Lowry, former chairman of the Board of Trustees, now pastor at the Seaside United Methodist Church in Surfside, North Carolina, to give the invocation, after which we will be treated to a musical number. Now, Reverend Lowry.
Would you pray with us? Bill said no, but we're going to pray anyhow. Great Spirit, every day you create is a great day. But this is a special day, graduation day. Our hearts rejoice, and we give thanks to you for it. Bless us now, we pray. Amen.
My thanks to Dr. Gary Wright, University Concert Singers, and Michelle Locklear, accompanist, for that splendid performance. I have a very important announcement to make at the beginning of these ceremonies. You may have your audio and video recorders running at any time during this performance up to the point where Mr. Cosby is speaking, but during his speech we will have to turn off the audio and video recorders, and so please keep that in mind. Before and after, that will be all right. Now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce some persons very important to the university, and I will start with the persons on the stage here today. First, to my left, Dr. Charles Jenkins, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Would you stand and remain standing, Charles? And I'd like you to try to hold your applause to the end. Ms. Felicia Treadwell, President of the Student Senate, who will have a part in this program likewise. Reverend Jerry Lowry, you have met already. Ms. Joni Worthington, representing the President Broad and the University of North Carolina, and will make a presentation to us later. Mr. Bill Cosby, you know, I think, and would you stand for introduction? And following him, Admiral Michael Holmes, who will be introduced later, and Mr. Gary Oxendine, no relation, Bill, will have a part in the program today. Dr. Jose Deruta, President of the faculty of the university, and Mr. Frank Granger from the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, and Ms. Katerina Vasilopoulos, who is President of the student body, and Mr. David Eliades. Would you please stand? Mr. Eliades is not through yet. Mr. Eliades is the Grand Marshal for today, but even more importantly, he recently won, no, that's Greek. He recently won the award, University of North Carolina Board of Governors Award as Outstanding Teacher. Received that award about a month ago, and we are delighted with that. Please greet all of these very important persons in the university. Now I would like to introduce just a couple of other groups very important to the university. First, the Board of Trustees of the university. All of the Board of Trustees' names are listed on the back of your program. I'd like you to note that. I'd like all of the Board of Trustees to stand, face the audience for your welcome, please. Board of Trustees. Now, the faculty and administrative staff at this university are very dedicated and skilled people who are committed to the students of the university. They work very hard, make this an inspiring and exciting place to be, and make my job very easy. I'd like the administrative staff and the faculty to stand for your thanks. Now I'd like, I think, 4 persons to bring greetings to you on behalf of 4 different constituents important to the university. First, Mr. Frank Granger, I introduced earlier, will bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina. A friend of ours and native of Cary, North Carolina, has visited this campus, and that's very important to us. Followed by Ms. Joni Worthington, Assistant Vice President for Communications, representing President Broad and the General Administration staff. She'll be followed by Dr. Jose Deruta, President of our faculty at the university. And Dr. Deruta will be followed by Ms. Felicia Treadwell, graduating senior, and who will be bringing greetings on the part of the university students. Now, Mr. Granger.
No, I really didn't. Well, good morning, and to Chancellor Oxendine and to you. Not only do I live in Cary, North Carolina, but I grew up just a few miles down the road from here in Columbus County, down in Tabor City, the Whiteville area. Members of the Board of Trustees, Chancellor Oxendine, Dr. Cosby, distinguished platform guests, graduates, parents, and friends. I gladly represent the UNC Board of Governors and bring you warm greetings. To you, sir. Today is a great day. This commencement trumpets a new beginning for the class of 1998. Today you begin to actualize the dreams of parents, friends, university administrators, faculty, staff, and often saw more potential in you than you could imagine for yourself. Today begins yet another opportunity, another challenge. You begin a new journey, a daring adventure, challenges you to enter the next phase of your life with all the emphasis you can muster. Nothing is greater achieved without enthusiasm. Make it a way of life. Continue to be teachable, for you will never know everything, and remember, the road to success runs uphill. So don't expect to break any speed records, and if success comes too easy, then try something harder. Don't dream up thousands of reasons why you do not want to win one reason. You may have to conquer fears, overcome failures, put aside disappointments, but yet your goals are high. Choose the playing field, not the sideline. Each of your supporters are very proud of all you have done at UNC Pembroke and all you will do in the future as leaders across the state and the nation. Let your dreams ignite your day, every day. Congratulations and best wishes to the class of 1998. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Today is a time of great joy and celebration, and on behalf of UNC President Molly Corbett Broad and the entire University of North Carolina, I bring you great tidings and good wishes on your commencement. It's a pleasure to join Dr. Cosby, Mr. Granger, Professor DeRuda, Chancellor Oxendine, and the faculty, staff, and friends of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke in an event that carries great symbolic meaning. Our medieval academic robes and the rituals of commencement serve as important symbols that reaffirm the significance of the university, one of the oldest and indeed most valued institutions in modern history. When these hoods and robes were originally invented several centuries ago, they were intended to keep warm the faculty of that time who were teaching students in rather cold buildings without modern heating. Today, in much warmer circumstances, they help to remind us that we are links in the very long chain of university education, stretching over centuries, connecting one generation of students to the next. And it's also the faculty of UNC Pembroke whose accomplishments we honor in this event. Their role is central in creating this unbroken chain, for their teaching, research, and pursuit of sustained knowledge create the fire in which each new link is forged. So as you leave this place today, we urge you to go forth and help others as you have been helped in your studies through the support of family, friends, and faculty. The fires of learning that have been kindled in you should be ignited in others so that they may share in the joys of learning. To each of you in the graduating class of 1998, we pay tribute to the accomplishment of your dream, one attained through hard work and perseverance. We urge you to keep learning. If we in the university have met our objectives, you are now better equipped to continue the learning process throughout your life. We salute your achievements and extend our warmest greetings and congratulations.
Chancellor Oxendine, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the Platform Party, faculty and staff, parents and friends, and most of all, members of the graduation class of 1998. Good morning. I'm delighted to bring you greetings from the faculty to the graduation class of these commencement ceremonies, which marks the beginning of a new chapter in the lives of the men and women who are receiving degrees today. My hearty congratulations to each of you on achieving this significant milestone.
You've labored long and have done fine work, and we're here to honor you and wish you Godspeed on your life's journey. Your professors and advisors have prepared you well for this occasion. Congratulations also to the faculty, family, and friends who were there to support and encourage you. No one accomplishes much alone. If you see a turtle sitting on a fence post, you know it didn't get up there by itself. So this is the day when each of you on top should congratulate those who have lifted up and shared, at least spiritual, in your accomplishments. When you leave the campus today, I urge you to not to put your association with Pembroke behind you. The title of alumni carries with it a unique lifelong experience. I hope you will remain as involved with and as supportive of the university as your time and your energies permit. Come back, give back, stay in touch with those faculty members, counselors, and coaches who particularly motivated and inspired you, and take special pride in this university, your university, as it continues to grow and change. I'm also obliged by tradition to give you some sage advice. In the Star Wars sequel, The Empire Strikes Back, Yoda tried to implant into Luke Skywalker the means of engaging the Force, the greatest power in the universe. He says to his pupil, Luke, there is no try. There is either do or not do. Be a doer. Be someone who makes things happen. How? Don't be afraid to dream, and don't be afraid to fail. Remember, there are two benefits of failure. First, if you fail, you learn what doesn't work, and second, the failure gives you an opportunity to try some new approaches. I urge you to go for it. Take your chances. Follow your dreams. Show me someone who doesn't dream about the future, and I'll show you someone who doesn't know where he's going. It's like an executive I once knew who confided he was not fulfilled. He says, I've climbed to the top of the ladder and suddenly found my ladder was against the wrong wall. Find the wall that turns you on. It's that simple. Just do it. Finally, I'm delighted to bring you a poem especially written for you by our UNCP professor and poet, Dr. Shelby Stevenson. It's titled Graduation Poem. The leap conquers space. The whole rush out from life's table, a chance to prepare yourself. The way to open the day is to believe you'll get through it. The serious quest for hope heaps upon the thin lines of your walk down familiar paths. Watch the duplication appear in a systematic pattern when the sun unrolls on the hedges, colors, various shapes, rumbles and stirrings, strings of energy. Move into a lifting up exercise. Persist in all motions. Find the right position for your peace and comfort. Thank you, and may God bless you. May God bless America.
Good morning to Chancellor Oxendine, platform guests, Board of Trustees, administrators, faculty, distinguished guests, family, friends, and fellow graduates. It is an honor and a pleasure to stand before you as your 1997-1998 SGA Vice President. Fellow graduates, we have finally made it, and we know that it took many steps to get to this point. We have had many obstacles as students, yet those obstacles have not hindered us from reaching this point. Throughout the years, we have worked hard, strived for the best, and we have never given up. Fellow graduates, let us applaud ourselves. We did not reach this point alone. Many people have helped us along the way. Our parents, friends, significant others, faculty, and staff. Their support, encouragement, and love has helped us to achieve our goal of a 4-year college education. At this time, fellow graduates, let us stand and applaud them for what they have meant to us. The fact that we are at this place, clothed in our cap and gown, and in the presence of Bill Cosby is evidence that we have reached a milestone. Today, we will receive a college degree, which is only the beginning. We have many goals in life that we want to achieve. Some are to continue our education, while others are to enter the job market. No matter what our next goal may be, we will take a step into a bright future with positive outcomes thanks to what we have achieved here at UNC Pembroke. We will miss this place, the Thursday night dances, the train that always caught you when you were late for class, Dr. Oxendine jogging around campus, our many club and organization activities, late night study sessions, our favorite professor, the ticket lady, and cafeteria food. Well, maybe not. At this time, I have an inspirational poem that was given to me by a student here on campus, and it is titled, "Do Not Quit," author unknown. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you are trudging seems all uphill, keep your spirits high, for through thick and thin, you must carry on if you are to win. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. It challenges us to often give up when we could have captured the victor's cup. So turn your failures inside out, press them on past fear and doubt. Never mind if things hold you back a bit, you will come out on top, but you must not quit. In closing, to the graduating class, good luck in your endeavors, keep your head high, strive for what you want, and most of all, do not forget what the University of North Carolina at Pembroke has done for you. Thank you.
Thank you all. Felicia, the author of that poem, "Do Not Quit," author unknown, that was my mother who wrote that. For the awarding of honorary doctoral degrees, I'd like to call to the stage microphone now Mr. Gary Oxendine and Rear Admiral Michael Holmes.
Chancellor Oxendine,
Mr. Oxendine.
Admiral Holmes's life has been marked by superb leadership, a commitment to service, and distinguished accomplishments in the U.S. Navy. Admiral Holmes was reared in the Saddle Tree community. For those that don't know, that's over by Lumberton, and received his degree in mathematics from Pembroke State University in 1972. Shortly after graduating from the university, Admiral Holmes was commissioned as an officer in the United States Navy and embarked upon a career as a Navy pilot. In addition to consistently ranking as the #1 pilot in each and every tour of duty, Admiral Holmes has served as a flight instructor, a communications and operations officer, and director of officer promotions, appointments, and enlisted advancements with the Department of Naval Personnel at the Pentagon in Washington. In May of 1991, Admiral Holmes was selected to become the commanding officer of Patrol Squadron 24. His tour as commanding officer was highlighted by his squadron winning recognition as the best anti-submarine warfare squadron in the Navy. This annual award was given to the squadron that had the best overall performance of tracking Soviet submarines throughout the world. He personally holds the Navy's longest record for tracking one of the quietest submarines ever built in the Soviet Union. In 1993, Admiral Holmes reported to the Office of Program Appraisal, where he served as Congressional Liaison Officer for the Secretary of the Navy. From 1995 to 1997, Admiral Holmes had command of Patrol Squadron 30. His current assignment is Commander of Anti-Submarine Warfare for the 7th Fleet, based at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Some of Admiral Holmes' numerous awards include the Legion of Merit, 3 Meritorious Service Medal Awards, 2 Navy Commendation Awards, and the Battle E Award, and the National Defense Service Award. Admiral Holmes is married to the former Viola Padilla of Del Rio, Texas, and is the father of 3 sons. In trying to carry on the naval tradition, his son is in the audience now and will be starting the U.S. Naval Academy in August, I think, of this year. Admiral Holmes is also the first Lumbee to achieve flag rank in any branch of service, and certainly is an outstanding role model for all the people of this community. Chancellor Oxendine, on behalf of the faculty and the Board of Trustees, I present Admiral Michael L. Holmes for the conferring of the Honorary Doctor of Science degree.
Admiral Michael Holmes, from the tobacco farms of Robinson County to honor student at UNC Pembroke, to top gun in all your squadrons, and the first from the Lumbee community to attain flag rank, by the authority entrusted in me by the President and the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, and the faculty and the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, I am very pleased to confer upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. I'd like to have Michael, Admiral Holmes' mother, Eileen, and other members of the family please stand for our recognition. Where is Mrs. Holmes? Over here. I'd like to call to the podium now Ms. Katerina Vasilopoulos and Mr. William Cosby.
Chancellor Oxendine. Many of us here today grew up watching Dr. Huxtable. Through the media of television, cinema, books, and recordings, Mr. Bill Cosby has probably made more people laugh and feel good than anyone else. He has been our advisor, our physician, our neighbor, our father. In Bill Cosby's success at being funny and making us feel good, he has regularly and movingly reminded us of our own humanity, of our own need in this often hectic and hurried world to lighten up, to remember that life is brief and ought to be enjoyed. For this delightful gift he has shared with us, we are happily grateful. But Bill Cosby can also show his more serious side. He has been a vocal champion for excellence in education, setting a high standard for himself and expecting no less from everyone else. He received his undergraduate degree from Temple University, where he studied under you, Chancellor Oxendine, and he later earned his master's and doctoral degrees from the University of Massachusetts. His books have consistently been bestsellers. Bill Cosby has always kept a sharp focus on the noble goal of promoting a better world and encouraging improved understanding among all its people. His generosity toward charitable agencies, educational institutions, social service, and civil rights organizations is legendary. His successful career and what he has done with his success provide an example for all of us. USA Today called him the undisputed king of television. Life magazine said he is America's funniest father. Ebony magazine referred to Dr. Cosby and his wife Camille Hanks Cosby as the first family of philanthropy. Newsweek called him a one-man multimedia phenomenon. His persistence and courage in the fields of entertainment, education, human rights, and philanthropy has served him and America well. He has honored us by his presence and his generosity as our commencement speaker and the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. Chancellor Oxendine, on behalf of the students, faculty, staff, and the Board of Trustees, I present Mr. William H. Cosby, Jr. for the conferring of the Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree.
Dr. William H. Bill Cosby, Jr., humanitarian, humorist, and good friend of millions who've never even met you. By the authority entrusted in me by the President and Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina and the faculty and the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, I am pleased to confer upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, and cause you to be vested with this hood appropriate to that degree. Congratulations. Dr. Cosby, the director of our physical grounds, used to be an employee of Temple University. He realizes how nervous you get when you are asked to stand before a group. And he wanted to do something to comfort you a bit today. And therefore, we have renamed this field Geesey Field.
That's right.
And if you could see past those people blocking that sign, it says South Hall.
Yes.
You remember South Hall? It is now demised. There's Park Avenue over there and Sullivan Hall down here. It makes, there are only 3 of us in this audience who know what that means. Yeah, 4. There are 4.
We're at Temple University.
Dr. Cosby, this is my wife down here. I'd like you to meet her. She has been insisting for days that I introduce her to you. But,
Well, why so far away?
folks, I would like to introduce Dr. Cosby for the commencement speech. Dr. Cosby.
I would like to, first of all,
It is a well-known fact that almost nobody remembers who made the commencement speech at their college graduation. People just can't remember that. And absolutely nobody can remember what they said there. Not so for the UNC Pembroke class of 1998. You will always remember the simple and profound and interesting message given by Dr. Cosby. Dr. Cosby, once upon a time, was a student of mine, and he was a decent enough student, in fact, an excellent student. But I wanted to do something to help him as he left the university. He was getting called to do stand-up comedy in nearby places, nightclubs, and I gave him something as a teacher reaches out to help someone. I gave him my very best joke. I said, Bill, if it ever is dragging and the audience is not responding, here is a joke I want to tell you that will bring them to life. And I told him my very best joke, and I said, you have my permission to use that whenever you like. I watched him every time he was on the tube and several times in nightclubs. I never saw him use that joke. I said to him 20 years later, I said, Bill, I've never seen you use that. And he said, I'm saving that one. Now we come to the time you've been waiting for, and that is to get those degrees. Those diplomas will be conferred upon each of you. You have a tradition here, and that is we hand out diplomas to every person individually. And I will do that today, and I've asked Dr. Cosby if he will stand with me and also greet you as you come by, and he has agreed to do that. Now keep in mind, this is not your 15 minutes of fame. Perhaps 1.5 seconds. I want you to move it when you come across here. Don't dilly-dally. But we are ready to go and get those degrees. Well, maybe we are. Are you ready? I call to the microphone now Dr. Charles Jenkins, who will present candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree and the Bachelor of Music degree please stand? Chancellor Oxendine, these students have successfully completed all requirements for graduation and have been duly approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. As Chief Academic Officer of the university, I am proud to recommend that the Bachelor of Arts degrees and the Bachelor of Music degrees be conferred.
By the authority entrusted in me by the President and the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina and the faculty and the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, I am proud to confer upon you the respective bachelor's degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
All right. Michael John Bailey.
What? Not Michael. Hey, Michael's a 7-year student. Oh, Michael, 7 years.
Patricia Lee Baker. Amy Bass. Claudia Stewart Bedsoe, cum laude.
Cool what?
Heather R. Boyd. Jeremy D. Brewington, Chancellor Scholar. Paul Britt. Jamie Darian Brown, summa cum laude. Tanisha Bryant. Keith Shondale Bullard. Robin Granger Bullard. Anna Leah Burgess. Capricia Lee Burrell. Patrick N. Cannon. Thomas Carey. Will Cedric Carr. Todd Chavis. Nancy Alonzo Clifton. Emma Dorman Collins. Jonathan George Connor. John Andrew Conway. Sherry S. Cox. Wayne Thomas Cox. Bonnie Brooks Cummings. Michael Wayne Cummings. Jefferson Wayne Curry II. Christopher Chad Daniels. Kim Leanne Daniels. Sharon R. Daltrey. Patricia A. Devine. Dina Marie DiGiovanni. Ryan C. Dukes. Keisha Barnett Durant. Thomas Wade Epsy. Anitra Justasia Evans. Robert Allen Fox, Nelson Freeman, Melinda Reba Goins, Chad Warren Griffin, Hattie L. Hammonds, Derek Paul Hannock, cum laude, Kevin Ralph Harrison, Kenneth S. Haslam, David Guillermo Hercia, William Vincent Hill, Dwayne Hunt, Stephanie Starr Hunt, Jason J. Hunter, Anita L. Jacobs, Leah Johnson Gerald, Edwin Clifton Keeter, Lee Ann Kinlaw, Beth Labadie, cum laude, Ryan Laurie, Kimberly Hunt Lawson, Sarah Denise Lane, Neil D. Leakes, Lashandra Lee Lennon, Andre N. Locklear, Gail Carter Locklear, Janet A. Locklear, Jonathan Locklear, Marcus Keith Locklear, Paula K. Locklear, Tammy Locklear, Trina K. Locklear, Valerie Locklear, Antoinette K. Lofton, Bobby Ray Lowry Jr., Kepler Lowry, Alexander Malcolm McDonald, Anthony Mace, James Douglas Malcolm, Patricia Maynard, Shelton L. Mayo, Sherry Allison MacArthur, Reginald Javine McClam, Todd E. McClung, Anne Marie McDonald, Edward L. McDonald, Jamie Mitchell McDonald, Michelle Marie McKinney, Willie Jr. McLaughlin, Tommy McLean, Katie McNeil, LaRuth Ivy McNeil, Dawn Ray Meese, cum laude, Melissa Lynn Mocock, Marcus A. Monroe, Gerald Brian Nance, Elaris Oxendine, Monica Shawn Pearson, Shania Rochelle Pearson, Roy James Perry, Tammy Marie Privet, Norris S. Pruitt, Aaliyah Pryor, Brian Purvis, Marvin Richardson, Hawana Oxendine Rising, Rosenberg Rodriguez, Tina Marie Rowan, Ronald Harper Scott, Olivia Ann Scriven, Johnny D. Sellers Jr., Ronald Sharp, magna cum laude, Amy Renee Smith, Curtis A. Smith, Henry Neal Smith, Robin Corrine Smith, Yolanda Yvette Stanton, Tony Wayne Stevens Jr., Deborah G. Strickland, Mary Lee Stroke, cum laude, Billy Franklin Sweat Jr., cum laude, Brenda Murphy Terry, Mary Wilson Thomas, Heather Thornberry, cum laude, Amy Gray Thornton, Ramey Anish Tresh, Philip L. Tyler, Katerina G. Vasilopoulos, Edna Faye Vaughn, magna cum laude. Angela Marie Wade, Tilton Lee Watson, Shanda N. Wheeler, cum laude, Chancellor Scholar. Jennifer A. Whittington, Christina Carol Wilkins, Angela M. Williamson, Johnny L. Winchester, Stephanie Sue Woodis, Evelyn Worth, Mary Wright, Matthew McCrae Crane, Hope Lynn Gudzenhauser, outlaw.
Some of these people been drinking. How you doing? Is that it?
That's it. Please join me in congratulating these degree recipients. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please stand? Mr. Chancellor, these students have successfully completed all the requirements for graduation and have been duly approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. I am proud to recommend that the Bachelor of Science degrees be conferred.
By the power entrusted in me by the President and the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina and the faculty and the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Suzanne Marie Allegreo, Natasha D. Allen, Talisa Baker, Grace Elizabeth Baxley, Loretta Ann Leggett Beckwith, Joy C. Bell, Ewald Belts, magna cum laude, Kelly Dean Blackman, Miriam Bland, Felix Leonard Bogan, Victor Louis Bonella, Kathy Boone, Heidi Dowell Booth, cum laude, Susan Ryan Balls, summa cum laude, Amanda C. Brent, magna cum laude, Ronald Branch Jr., cum laude, Travis Lawrence Branch, Bonetta Bridges, Eileen Brigman, Tanya Temple Britt, Teddy Dwayne Britt, John A. Brooks, Howard Brown, Tanya Michelle Brown, Meredith Dawn Bryan, cum laude, Annette Bryant, Olivia Bryant, Angela Lynn Bullard, Brian L. Bullard, Trina Faye Bullard, Linda Byrne, Lori K. Cameron, Adrian F. Campbell, April Clontz Kennedy, Candy Brooke Kennedy, Enrica Cardenas, Julia Powell Carnes, Cynthia Michelle Cates, Gregory Marson Calder, Jonathan Earl Calder, Michelle Burns Chapel, cum laude, Amy Lynn Chavis, cum laude, Kelly D. Chavis, Phoebe M. Chavis Carter, Veronica Ann Childs, Martha Wayne Clark, Michael Earl Cluis, Carol B. Collins, Robin Denise Colvin, Megan McFadden Combs, Laura Cook, Cindy Rose Cooper, Monica B. Covington, Trent Crawford, Jeanette Lee Current, Amy Marie Davis, C. Sean Davis, Christopher Brandon Davis, Matthew S. Davis, Melinda Davis, Amy Maynard Dawley, Edwin Ramirez Dawson, Edwin Susan Diane Belcher Dees, Shelley C. Demery, Amber Dow, Jennifer Lee Riley Dillard, cum laude, William Keith Dodson II, Jennifer Donlan, Terry Lynn Dudney, Stephanie Eaton, Angela G. Edwards, Layla Mae Edwards, Chancellor Scholar, Linda Gail English, Donna Lynn Euler, Yancey Terrell Evans, Jason H. Falk, Kimberly Gay Sessom Spiedler, Jennifer Lair Fisher, Janice Marlena Fouché, cum laude, Michelle Irene Scranton France, Arthur Craig Frazier, Arvin Jasper Freeman, Michelle Lee Freeman, Felicia Gibson, cum laude, Henry Gibson Jr., Cynthia Nicole Giss, Nathan Shelley Godwin, Tracy J. Goodwin, Minnie Graham, Jeremy Luke Graves, Deanna L. Griggs, Charles A. Grimsley, Marcia B. Groves, Adrian B. Hammonds, Bertha Renee Chavis Hammonds, Tanya Harden, Karen Ransom Harwood, Camille Patricia Hayes, Kimberly Haywood, Jimmy D. Hedrick, David Helms, Nikki Sue Herring, Jason Torrey Hill, Martha Joins Hill, summa cum laude, Daphne Lucinda Holland, Tammy Hooks, Macy Ann Dale Horner, cum laude, Chancellor Scholar, Daniel Edward Houston, Holly Michelle Hunt, Jackie Cummings Hunt, James Arthur Hunt, Rhonda Dale Hunt, Mark Lovell Ingram, Lou Tierra Ivy, Christopher Franklin Jackson, cum laude, Chancellor Scholar, Patricia K. Jackson, Carrie Eugene Jacobs, Raymond Jacobs, summa cum laude, Wendell Corey Jacobs, Dora Jaji, Tanya Murphy Jasinski, magna cum laude, Chancellor Scholar, Latrice M. Jessup, Angela D. Johnson, Jennifer Posey Johnson, Adrian William Jones, Delanne L. Jones, Lisa A. Jones, Melissa Dawn Jones, Russell Wayne Jones, Angela Joyce, Tamitha Lee Joyner, Stephanie Carl McDowell, Jennifer Jo Callahan, Elisa B. Kaiser, Phyllis Y. King, Melanie A. Knight, Leslie Diane Koch, Chad J. LaFriends, James A. Latwaski, Sandra Lee, cum laude, Michael DaCosta Lepore, John Wiley Lewis III, Yvonne Lewis. Emily Arlene Smith Lighthall. Amy Lynn Lindsay, magna cum laude. April Locklear. Arbus Earl Locklear, Jr., cum laude. Brandon E. Locklear. Calvin Cherry Locklear, magna cum laude. Damian G. Locklear. David Locklear. Dewan R. Locklear. James Vincent Locklear. Karen L. Locklear. Keena Carol Locklear. LaRonda Locklear, cum laude. Melanie R. Locklear. Monica Locklear. Neil Royce Locklear. Stephanie Locklear. Tracy L. Locklear. Veronica L. Locklear. Adrian Earl Lowry. Elzeder M. Lowry. Jason Robert Marnell. Kimberly Lynn Matthews. April Michelle McGee. Terry S. McGuire. D. Anna McNeil, cum laude. Corey DeVale McNeil. James G. McCrae. George Joe Meadows, Jr. Howard Keith Miller. Robin Miller. Joan Dring Mills. Sherry Lynn Michoud McFoyle. Michael P. Morales, cum laude. Chad E. Morgan. Kimberly Ann Mueller. Tiffany Nicole Murray. Adrian Mullen Naron. Holly Hargrove Norris. Evelyn Christina Norton. Linda Day Oliver. Shelby Todd Outlaw. William Kobe Outlaw. Carissa Nanette Oxendine. Jackie Oxendine. Luther C. Oxendine. Micah A. Oxendine. Nicole Oxendine. Tammy L. Patrick, magna cum laude. Victoria M. Knowles Patterson. Brian Scott Pavlovic. Andrew David Perry. Lloyd Thomas Perry, Jr. Beth Ann Peterson. Roger Pickett. Heath Elliott Pierce. Richard Allen Palante III. Michael Poletti. Erica Louise Andrews Potter, magna cum laude. Melody Lee Powers, cum laude. Lynn R. Price. Beverly A. Ransom. Stephanie K. Rebels, cum laude. Eddie M. Richardson. Okima Richardson. Susan Blake Richardson, summa cum laude. Daniel Wayne Rogers. Barbara Rubino, cum laude. Brenda Rudick. Gina Rush. Ahmed Atif Salim. Christopher Lockie Sanderson. Martin Segura. Monica Sharon. Yolanda Alaneta Sinclair.
Stephanie Ann Singer, cum laude, Chancellor Scholar. Charles Vernon Singletary, Jr. Franklin L. Smith. Regina Martin Smith. Shantanya Therese Smith. Stacy Melina Smith. Melissa Gura Spivey. Kathy Hayes Stanley. Nikki LaSharon Steele. Stella Stewart. Michelle Nicole Stokes. Laura Cox Stone, cum laude. Sidney Ray Stone. William Norman Storms IV, cum laude, Chancellor Scholar. Chancellor Strickland V. Rhonda Strickland. Christopher Jason Suggs. Delson Sean Suggs. Wendy Yvonne Taylor. Mark Kevin Thomas. Marcia N. Thomas. Twila J. Thompson. Michael Cooper Threadkill. Kristen Topica. Felicia Renee Treadwell. Teresa Ann Tyler Troll. Gracilia Diego. Mandy Beamy Walters. Paula R. Walters. Cynthia Ware. Richard J. Weldon Watson. Carolyn J. Duke White, cum laude. Antonio L. Wilkins. Amy Nicole Williams. Sheila Harrison Williford. Amy Lee Woods. James Doyle Warwicks. Amy Lee Young. Lisa Zaldibar. Please join me in congratulating these degree recipients. With the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree and the Bachelor of Social Work degree, please stand. Chancellor Oxendine, these students have successfully completed all requirements for graduation and have been duly approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees of the university. I am proud to recommend that the Bachelor of Science in Nursing and the Bachelor of Social Work degrees be conferred.
By the authority entrusted in me by the President and the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, and the faculty and the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, I'm pleased to confer upon you the appropriate bachelor's degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Sandra Lynn Hagman Basehart.
What are we graduating now?
Joyce Womack Beard.
Who are these people?
Krista S. Bullard. Amy C. Davison. Stephanie K. Falk. Michael Fries. Denise Dale McCarthy. Joanne Stokes McLaughlin. Mary Frances Brown Pravat. Virginia Diana Sykes cum laude. Christina Lee Taylor. Susan Brown magna cum laude. Latasha Nicole Bird. Paul Douglas Campbell.
I have noticed that the School of Nursing, it only had 7 people come through and 3 of them pregnant. Now these are nurses. I expect better behavior than that, or else y'all are keeping the Viagra to yourselves.
Rhonda Gail Brisson Chasen. Twyla Chavis. Joanne Clark. Deborah Ann Colon. Mary Elizabeth Cooney. Andrea Marie Cox. Mary Cox. Stephanie Kraft. Sandra Musselwhite Fogelman. Joyce Ford. Melissa Labasi. Jacqueline Quinn Fowler. Carrie Fryman. Deborah Sue Gaskins. Patty Lowry Jones. Elizabeth R. Jordan. Cynthia McLean Lamb. Shannon D. Locklear. Eric Lutz. Geraldine Monique McClinton. Tracy Nicole Mercer. Sharon Benita Miller. Yvonne Moore. Nathaniel Morrison. Norma Jean Peony, summa cum laude. Ellen Lee Ann Pate. Helen M. Priest. Joan Riley, summa cum laude. Kimberly Blackman Roller, magna cum laude. Melanie E. Russell. Deborah Alice Siders. Lori A. Smith. Renee L. Smith. Summer S. Stanley. Chrissy Dawn Strickland. Alenchico Dominique Thompson. Kimberly Revels Thompson. Allison M. Tillett. Brandy Ward. Rebecca Hunt Ward. Kenneth West. Lori A. Wilkins.
He sure is. Unreal. Got one more group. Please join me in congratulating these degree recipients. I've done it. Ladies and gentlemen, at this commencement, the University of North Carolina at Pembroke is proud to commission its Army military officers who have successfully completed the Army Reserve Officer Training Program this year. To commission the U.S. Army officers, I am pleased to introduce to you Lieutenant Colonel John Robbins, Professor of Military Science assigned to the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. Colonel Robbins.
Thank you, Dr. Oxendine. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure to be here today at the University of North Carolina at Pembroke's commencement commissioning activities. I will be administering the oath of office to two University of North Carolina at Pembroke seniors, Cadet Mark L. Ingram and Cadet Chad J. LaFrenz. I would like to take just a few moments to talk about the oath which you are about to take. The oath begins with the word I, because it is an individual commitment. Following this individual commitment, you say that you will support and defend an ideology, a way of life, the way we live, the Constitution of the United States. And in the same breath, that you will defend it against anyone. Our Constitution is a legacy of our forefathers to you. The officer's oath has to be taken freely. There can be no doubt inside of you anywhere that this is what you want to do for the rest of your life, to serve America and the ideals for which it stands. This is uniquely American. And then finally, our oath ends in a simple four-word prayer. So help me God. It is indeed a simple plea, a prayer to God asking for help. At this time, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming these new lieutenants into the United States Army and the service to this great nation. Thank you for your attention. Lieutenants and graduates of the University of North Carolina, Pembroke, congratulations, good luck, and God bless America. Thank you.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. No. Hey, more to come.
Will the candidates for the Master of Arts degree, the Master of Arts in Education degree, the Master of Business Administration degree, and the Master of Science degree please stand? Chancellor Oxendine, these students have all successfully completed the requirements for graduation and have been duly approved by the faculty, the Graduate Council, and the Board of Trustees of the University. I am pleased to recommend to you
the Master of Arts degrees, the Master of Arts in Education degrees, the Master of Business Administration degrees, and the Master of Science degrees be conferred.
By the authority entrusted in me by the President and the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, and the faculty and the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, I'm pleased to confer upon you the appropriate master's degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. Congratulations.
Megan Lyles Batten, Billy Christopher Bennett, Pamela Cole Bradley, Michael Sean Brown, Barbara Parker Danley, Robert Kevin Davis, Beverly Fran Haywood Driggers, Crystal Quick Edmonds, Carolyn Kennedy Evans, Peggy G. Fields, Sue A. Futrell, Pamela Jean Sharon Gibson, George Stephen Hedgepath Jr., Jean Norton Hodges, Randall T. Hughes, Judith Suzanne Ivory, Cherry K. Killian, Carnetta Rucker McDougall, Fanny Carol Oxendine, Elizabeth Ann Hendrick Sanford, Polly Elizabeth Sanford, Beth Walters Schultz, Carla Leanne Hine Shinners, Nancy Herring Starnes, Linda Johnson Tillman, Deborah Elaine Waller, Mary Lucinda Bernie Walters, Tina Marie Walford, Amy Renee Bentley, Terry Michelle Kinlaw Premier, Carla Graham Deese, Carolyn Deese, Tangula Antoinette Diggs, Phyllis Williamson Fowler, Heidi Hurst, Emily Britt Jackson, Frida Locklear Lanham, Tiffany Locklear, Kirby Joan Matassis, Lena Michelle Kent Rustick, William Edward Wittenberg, Linda Gail Locklear Calder, Sherry Vaughn Felmy, Cammie Hunt Flurry, Sherry Lynn Odom, Marcia Renee Presley, Lily Susan West, Elizabeth Shannon Whitley, Rose Marie Adams, Christopher Scott Henson, Thomas Andrew Jernigan, Selena Burnett McCoy Rowell, Please join me in congratulating these master's degree recipients.
We'll be through in 5 minutes. Again, my congratulations to each of you. You are a very special class. You are a class that is just about the largest. You're within 1 or 2 graduates of the largest we've ever had. And you are a class ranging in age from 20 to 71. Now, when that 71-year-old woman came across, I said, am I allowed to call your name and tell how old you are? And she said, no way. Don't you expose me. I like to blend in, she said. And I will not call her name or expose her, but I would like to say, way to go, girl! You're special in a lot of ways. You are a class, 2/3 women, 1/3 men. You're a class 60% white, 24% American Indian, and 14% African American. Is that all right?
It depends
On your age?
It depends on how long some of them took to graduate. Some of them may have been going here since 1946.
We have.
They will have passed through the whole spectrum.
Well, the person 71 started before 46.
I kissed her, and she kisses like she's 22. Matter of fact, I've canceled my flight. Made reservations at the Sombrero Motel.
You are very special. You are a class that has a lot of individual stories. I've heard a lot of those stories of discipline, of sacrifice, of hardship, and all of that. These are inspiring stories, and if I had the time, I would talk about them, but I won't. But I'll tell you this. If you go outside and mingle among those graduates, the parents and graduates themselves will brag unashamedly about their feats, and the truth is, some of those stories are true. Now, you've taken all your exams, you've gotten your diploma, and you think that all the testing you're going to be done has been completed. Not so. The real testing starts now. You're going to be tested from now until the day you retire and thereafter on the information you've gained and the lessons you have heard about today and before. You're going to be tested by your parents, your spouses, your children, your grandparents, your colleagues. Everybody's going to be testing you, evaluating you, measuring you for the rest of your life. And I surely hope that you measure up to that ultimate test, the most important test, just as you've measured up on the test here at the university. I have one final request. That final request is you all have persons here, loved ones, who have sacrificed for you to get through this. They have loved and supported you. I would like you at this time to stand and face those persons and greet them while the faculty greet you. If you can't find them, pretend that you see them. All right, please be seated. I would ask you to be seated and remain seated as we get into the recessional. Remain seated until the recessional has been completed, but this is the end of this ceremony. It has been great to have you as students at the university. It has been great to have all of you visiting us today. Thanks for coming out, and please remain seated until the recessional has been completed.